Hey guys, I'm Daisho and I'm here playing some Magic, and I am playing in round 3. I lost round 1, won round 2, and here I am playing my Blister Coil Weird like an idiot. It's the double Civic Saver deck, in case you're wondering. That's the only reason why I'm running that terrible card. But he's gonna play a Concordia Pegasus here on turn 2, and that kind of surprised me. I did not expect to see something like that. But I'm just gonna play and equip my Weird with a Civic Saber, and I think I'm just going to attack him here. I mean, I have like a Dynacharge in my hand, which I suppose I could use as a combat trick to make my Weird survive. But oh yeah, I didn't even end up attacking with it, which maybe was a mistake. But I just valued my Weird a little bit more than I valued his Concordia Pegasus. He's got to read this card again, just because it's so ridiculous and strange, but he's just gonna beat in for 1 here, and I mean that's the issue with my line of play, because now I'm just willing to trade it for the Keening Apparition, so I did not really gain too much. But I'm gonna attack here with both, and he's just gonna drop his guy in front of the Blister Coil Weird, which is fine with me. I think I'd rather him kill the Weird or trade with the Weird than the Shred Freak, I guess, because the Shred Freak can get an extra point of damage in, or maybe not. Maybe the Weird is actually just better, even though it's got 1 less power. It's not too relevant. But I get in for 2 here, and he's just going to Paralyze and Grasp my Shred Freak, and that is not where I want to be. I mean, he could have just traded with the Concordia Pegasus, which might have been better, but that was definitely a fine line. So I'm going to play my Zombie, the Dead Reveler, and I'm going to Unleash him. So he's a 3/4 now, and now my opponent has to play something else. Previously, he was just able to deal with everything I was doing, but now I can beat in for 4, and he doesn't have any profitable blocks. But if he plays like a 3/3 or something like that, then he is going to be fine. But if you notice, he is Bant, which was the same as the opponent that I played in round 1. Although I think maybe that guy was splashing something else. I don't know, but everybody's playing all these colors, and that's really what I was hoping to play against, to encounter people who are trying to find their mana, and maybe they'll stumble a little bit, and then I'm just gonna be right there, and my deck's so consistent since it's got so many of the same things that I'll just be killing them really quickly all the time. But he's just gonna play a Ruin Wing here, and that's not really what I want to see. I mean, I can attack him, and I will, but it just doesn't do too much. He just gets to draw a card and fog for a turn, so that's not great for me. Although it was a 4-mana play, so I still get to develop my board this turn, and then he's in a little bit of a worse position next turn. But instead, he decides to just take the damage, and I'm going to play my Magus Elemental and then re-equip my Civic Saber to said Elemental. So now I've got 2 3-power creatures. One of them is a 3/2, the other one is a 3/4, but the Magus Elemental is inherently difficult to block because I can always cast spells and then just eat them for stupid ridiculousness. But he is going to attack me with his Pegasus again, so that thing is just chipping away. I'm now down to 16, which is, I guess, fine for a 2-drop. Just deal 4 damage and then maybe eventually trade with something or whatever. But he's going to play a Centaur Herald here, and he can't sacrifice it here, so that's definitely really relevant and something that you should note when you are viewing this game. Just that he can't block and sacrifice here because he doesn't have any green mana up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Gutter Snipe pre-combat, and that's a little strange because I definitely want to be able to represent tricks, but instead I'm just going to attack, and I figure his most likely block here is Ruin Wing on Magus Elemental, because then that's just an easy 2-for-1. But what I am going to do instead is I'm going to cast a Street Spasm for X = 0. I think I targeted the Concordia Pegasus, but that's illegal. I should have just targeted like the Shred Freak or whatever, and then I just ate it with my Magus Elemental, so I got the 2 damage from the Gutter Snipe plus 3 damage from my Dead Reveler, and now he's down to 9. So I don't know if that was really the best play. Maybe a better play would have just been kill the Centaur's Herald so he wouldn't have a 3/3. But I mean, he still has to play something else in order for my Magus Elemental to be blocked. I mean, my Magus Elemental or my Dead Reveler still can't be blocked. But he's got a Courser's Accord for me here, so that's going to give him another pair of 3/3s. And my board doesn't look quite as scary anymore, but I think I remember this game and the way it ended up turning out, but I'm not going to say anything about that. Anyway, I'm just going to attack in here with my 2 guys that it's somewhat more profitable to attack with. The Magus Elemental in the end here is a... Sorry, there's just so many strange things going on. I think it's a 5/4. And so that means that if he double blocks with the 2 Centaurs, then that's a pretty profitable block. But he really wants to like block a Centaur and a Concordia Pegasus or something like that. So he's just going to double block that and take the 3, I suppose. And I've got cards in hand that I can cast. I just want to wait until the last possible moment before they're relevant. It looks like I do have a Civic Saber, but I was saving my mana this turn so that I can Augur Spree one of them. And instead of... Oh yeah, so I had to actually kill it. I get in with the Gutter Snipe, but I had to actually kill it instead of eat the spell, because that would have only added 2 more toughness, which would have made my dude a 7/6, so he still would have traded, so that would not have worked. And then I'm just going to play a Civic Saber, so I didn't play that pre-combat because I wanted to play the Augur Spree, which is a pretty sweet draw. I think I just top-decked it. But anyway, I've got a Gutter Snipe out, and 2 what would be lethal creatures if they get, either of them get in, or not lethal actually. Only if I move the... No, even if I move the Saber over, then they're both 3/4 bases. One of them can become a 5/4, the other one can become a 4/4. But I can also attack with the Gutter Snipe, so... Anyway, he's going to play a Sunspire Griffin here, and that isn't too worrisome. It looks like he was struggling a little bit on the mana early game, and then all of a sudden he just started drawing all of the lands, which is unfortunate. I mean, that's just based on which type of lands he played. He didn't play any green mana until turn 4, and then he played a lot more green mana, and still playing lands every turn. But anyway, I don't really have great attacks here, but I do have attacks. I mean, I can just equip my Civic Saber to my Elemental and just beat in and then trade with whatever he wants to trade with. Probably what he would do is just jump block, because that makes the most sense. But anyway, the reason why the Civic Saber looks like it's attached to the Shred Freak is just because we ran out of room on the table, not actually because I was stupid enough to attach it to a creature that can no longer untap. But I'm going to play a land, and I'm just going to slam my Spawn of Rixmani and pass the turn. I decided that attacking here wouldn't really... Or do I pass the turn, or do I actually... Oh yeah, I do pass the turn, which is interesting, because I think if I had attacked here with open mana, he would have just popped the Centaur's Herald and blocked. But I guess what he could have done is blocked with a Sunspire Griffin and a Centaur, and then I would trade for a Centaur, which might not be exactly what I want to be doing. But anyway, he's got a Towering Edric here for me, and that's a little bit troublesome. It's just another body that can get in the way of my creatures. I mean, I do have 2 Civic Sabers to go around, and my creatures are all gigantic, but the card that I draw here just makes this game awkward. So I've basically won this game. I have a launch party, but my opponent has cards in hand, and he has blue mana up, so I don't want to just end the game. So I need to attack here and wait for him to activate the Centaur's Herald, because I know he's going to do that. So I mean, it was really awkward, because I was sitting there waiting for like a minute and a half while he made his decisions, because these blocks are really important. And and then that was just really awkward, because I mean the 2 damage from the Gutter Snipe and the 2 damage from a creature will just kill him. But anyway, I decided to fast forward that part. So I ended up winning this game. Hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next game. Have a nice day. Bye.